Hey guys, Tony coming at you. Well, like I said, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on using the Ace chip. And this here console here, I have no idea because it doesn't have a case. I just pulled it from the 500 that I got from that crazy old coot, and he's got more too. He's like going, man, you got to come over here and help me, man. I got too many. They're overrunning the house. Anyway, crazy guy. I love him to death though. Anyway, this is a console that we're going to be using an Ace chip on, and I'm going to start it up. Okay, and I picked this console because it's got a later dashboard with an RG where you're gonna have to do an RGH2. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I wanna show the Ace chip and its capabilities with an RGH2. Okay. Anyway, let me turn this controller on here. Okay. And as you can see, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna check out our dashboard, which we want to know what we're doing here. Set up, let's see here, oh yeah. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go to System Info. Okay, as you can see, we're at kernel 2.0 and it's 16747. So this is our GH2. Okay. Well, I say it's a decent console. You know, it needs a little help, but it's not terrible. I mean, you know, and I've got more cases and shells than I know what the freak to do with. In fact, my girlfriend wants to kill me. Anyway, we're going to be building this up with an Ace. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you all what I'm going to be doing. And we're going to take a step and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the Ace chip and we're going to prep it. And we're going to go ahead and do our little NAND fun stuff and everything. And it's going to be a step-by-step tutorial. So, you know, I hope that it'll help you guys with your endeavors to RGH your console, because this chip at AliExpress, this chip is like $2. It's like $2.20, man, and you can't go freaking wrong with it. I mean, if you do it your own doing. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna give it a shot here and let's see what we can do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this in segments like I did before. Unfortunately, the video is gonna be like 10 million things long, but at least we don't have to take apart the case this time. So I'm gonna shut up now and I'm gonna get my stuff all prepped and ready to go. And I'll holler at you in a bit. Okay, we'll catch you in the next segment. Alright guys, now as I said, we always prep the board before we do anything, which means we clean all the contact points and everything we're going to do. And we especially clean the heat sinks. As you can see, that's a mirror finish on there. Okay, nice and clean. Because the simple fact is if you do not clean those heat sinks and you just stick the frickin' heat, if you don't clean the chips, excuse me, if you don't, this is how mad I get, because I see this happen all the time. If you don't clean the friggin' chips, alright, you just slam the heat sinks back on it, you're gonna ring it. It is that frickin' simple. Sig got sent a console, my buddy Siegfried Gomez, and it was overheating. Some guy did a JTAG on RGH on it or whatever, and they didn't bother to apply proper heatsink paste or anything, and they just slammed it on there, and then of course it overheated. Needless to say, all right, these have got to be cleaned. If they're not cleaned, you will wind up burning the damn thing up. Get it through your heads, clean it. Mirror finish, just like that. What do I use? Nothing special. Goof off. Okay? Goof off. Yeah, $99.95. No money down. 80 years to pay. Pro Strength Remover. Guaranteed to remove the mother-in-law from the house, too. That shit right there will make these things look like brand new. Alright? You use that. Use a compressor. Blow the dust out of it. Clean it all up. It'll last. If you don't do it, it's not going to last. That's the difference between somebody caring and somebody that doesn't. Needless to say, clean them. On to the next segment. Alright guys, here's the next segment now. Like I said, I'm breaking this up. What I did was I'm using the alternate post out here. Alright, because number one, my chip is going to go here. Alright, this is Sig's design here. Not Sig's, I'm sorry, Nigel's design where he put it. And the post out's going to come up here. So instead of going underneath the board, and let's see here, we're going to FT6U7, as you can see. Instead of going all the way, wrapping it down, around, through, and it goes underneath the board and all kinds of interference, well, you just go to the next to the last dot on just by the processor right here, and you scrape it off a little bit, and you apply solder, and then you apply the wire, and you apply some hot glue, and then you apply hot glue here and here, and pretty much that way then there's no way it can ever come loose. Alright, make sure you got a good connection and use an X-Acto knife if you're going to do this. Otherwise, if you're a noob, go to the regular post out. Alright, don't use this because it's a very small point. Okay, it's just like the RB24 and it's like really tiny. So we're doing that now. I pre-prepped my chip to receive the timing files. So what this is you see we use a JR programmer right here. This is the lead for a JR programmer. Now I had two of them. Now one of them come with an end like this. That we use for our Cool Runner Rev Ds and Rev Cs and our CR3 lights and all that kind of good stuff. But what I had to do was I had to take one of these and I had to cut it because I didn't want to put prongs coming out, and I just solder it as you can see to the ACE chip here. So that way then I can accept the timing file. Once I'm done with that, then I'll remove these, you know, because you don't need them anymore once you get it done. Also, this resistor right here, right there, that one right there, and a black one right there, we got to tie a 1.8 volt wire to that so we could program it in the fat. We don't have to do it in the slim, but in the fat we do. So we have to remove that resistor, and I'll show you how we do that in the next little segment. And what we're going to do now is we're going to finish putting our heat sinks back on, and like I said, as you can see, the chips are nice and clean. If you don't clean the chips, it's your ass, not mine. Okay? And then we're going to tie to our NAND port here, or our points for our NAND reader, here and here. And then I'm going to wire up the chip and show you how I'm going to run the wiring on this thing. And like I said, Nigel gave me quite a few ideas for this, so you know, I'm going to apply some of them to this, and we're going to see how this works. Like I said, this is going to be experimental, so bear with me, and hopefully we'll get something that's going to be pretty good. Anyway, I'll holler at you in the next segment once I get this done, and you'll have a good one. See you soon. Alright guys, in this segment here, we wired our NAND wires up to read, and nice and neat. Everything's set up the way it should be. And we read our NAND. We're done in 3 minutes 21 seconds and 16 megabyte Jasper board. Okay. And what I did here was, here's our ASV3. As you can see, we got our red light. We have our connection to go ahead and be able to program it with our file. Alright, and I used a cigarette pack, a piece of it, and hot glued it to the heatsink there, the heatsink lip. And then what I did was I hot glued it to the top of the capacitors there. And then I took 3M tape, put underneath it, and lifted it up off of there. So pretty much pretty solid, don't go anywhere. And we got our wires nice and neat going out. We got our ground here, which we ran to our plug. It's right there, so a ground is a ground, doesn't really matter where it goes as long as it's grounded. And then we hooked up F, E, C for a post out, which I showed you earlier. Alright, and then we have our 5 volts going to it and our ground. And then this wire right here is our 1.8 volts to be able to handle the programmer. If you don't have this tied, if you don't remove this resistor right here, and you don't tie it to this pad, you won't program. So you got to program that. And that wire goes underneath, comes around. As you can see, I weave through the capacitors, and it goes right to right to the side of that little cap right there. That's 1.8 volts. And then we have our regular E and F, and we use 5 volts on this one here, which is our last pad up on top on J2D2. So needless to say, we're going to get ready to go ahead and we're going to write the ECC, and I'm going to use I'm going to use a speeded up file, a Jasper speed up file on it, so we can, double the speed of a CR4 Pro. Now D, I haven't hooked up yet because D goes to a cute special little place, which I'm going to show you. Very, very 7 centimeters on the reset cable. So a very short little run, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Anyway, I just wanted you to see what I did and how I did this, so then that way then you get an idea. Alright, in JRunner it's the same. You just go ahead and read the NAND like I showed you in the other videos. Okay, and you're going to select glitch 2, because that's our dashboard is above 13,599, so we got to go ahead and we got to use RGH2 on it. Okay, so anyway, I'll catch you in the next segment once we get this puppy booted to Zell, and let you know how it goes. Also in the next segment, I'm going to show you how to program the V2R chip. Alright, so just bear with me and we'll be done in a little bit. Alright guys, now in this segment we're going to go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to do our ECC, and we're going to use a special ECC. So what we're going to do is, instead of going ahead and create ECC and write ECC, no. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to load the source, and where I went was to the release files, 432's special files. Okay, and in that release you'll see where they have Jasper, Corona, Trinity, and Zephyr. Well, you're going to go to a Jasper. Then what you're going to do is you're going to see speed up. There is your ECC. You're going to click on that. Now, what you're going to do, instead of create ECC and all that, this is what you're going to do. You're going to hit this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to select Jasper, 16 megabyte, and you're going to have glitch 2, and then you're going to hit OK. And now it is writing the first 50 blocks of the NAND with the accelerated timing file. Okay, now once that's done, which it'll be done in a couple of seconds here, and there we go, and she wrote. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna disconnect the JRunner from the motherboard, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna program our V2R chip with a timing file. So here we go. We're going to do this in the next segment. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this short to make it so it's, it comes in sections so everybody knows what's going on. Okay, so just bear with me. Alright guys, now we got our JR programmer plugged into our V2R. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to program this thing. Now you can't just go to program Cool Runner, because all it's going to give you is these files here. No, we're not using that. That's Team Executor shit, boring joke, assholes. No thanks. Alright, so anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to close this. We're going to make sure that we select glitch 2. Okay, so just click glitch 2. Now how we're going to program the VR is we're going to go to advanced. We're going to click on advanced. We go to custom NAND CR functions. Okay, now we're going to tick XSVF. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go here. Now if you notice, I got the 200 megahertz standard, the standard reset length, timing 59.2. Alright, so we're going to go to the middle here. 2.4. We'll give that a shot. Like I said, there's so many timing files because the Mad Ivan, okay, the Russian 15432 is OCD with this shit. He's a crazy man, but I love him to death because, man, he writes some beautiful software. So anyway, we're going to double click on that, and now it's loaded. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit run. Now, It's initialized. It's detected. Now it's going to say factory firmware sign detected. Right, this device is one way. Process can't be reversed. Do you wish to proceed? Yeah, because I don't need their shit stock files on here. So we hit yes, and now the little green light comes on, and as you can see, we're programming the chip, and this is an X-Link XC2C128VQ100. Pretty much the same thing as a freaking CR4, except better. Anyway, needless to say, it's done. Okay, so now our timing file is now done. Now in the next section, we're going to start this thing up and see if we can get Zell with it, and then I'm going to show you where I put the pulse cable out. Okay, so bear with me, and in the next segment we'll show you that. All right, thanks, guys. All right, guys. This is day 2 with this thing. Now, it's a Jasper, like I was saying, and you know, I did mount the H chip over here, and I used the alternate post out, so I just abandoned that. It gave me a world of fun, okay, but however though, I did persevere, and what I did was I mounted the H chip right here, just like that, and there's our E, our F, our C on our standard post out. Okay, and then we got D, which I wound through the caps to the little solder point right there. And needless to say, what I did was I used the CR4 file ECC on it to speed up the boot process, in which it did dramatically. Needless to say, I'm still playing with timing files, but I want you to be able to see this. Yeah, we're going to start it up. Okay, and as you can see, we're getting 3 short blinks, which is the way it should be. That's another set. Here we go, and she booted. So, like I said, a little playing, and it seems to have liked it. This one was a little bit of a pain. Now, I don't know why, but then again, though, it's a Foxconn product. Needless to say, none of them are the same because they have no real consistency. Now let's try it again. Let's see how she boots now. Again, 3 short blinks. That's 1. Oh. Yep, that's 2. And mind you, now this is from a warm boot. Still having a little bit of a problem here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So it had to do it about 5 times. Then she booted again. Alright. It looked like she had it, but then something went wrong. You could tell by the blinks, because the blinks tell you when you got short pulses and then a pause and then another short pulse, it means that the timing file length might have been too long or whatever. If you get 3 pulses and then a long blink, the timing file is way off. It's too deep. It's not working right. So needless to say, what happens is it'll let you know by the blinks if you read the documentation with it. With this chip, I mean, it's a good chip. I mean really, a Jasper booting like that is not really too terrible at all. And I'm quite sure as I play with it, it's only going to get better and better. But the blinks dictate what's going on. You need to pay attention to the blinks. That's going to tell you what timing file to choose, because there are hundreds of timing files. The guy that wrote the timing files for this he's just a maniac. Okay, he's a crazy Ivan, but it seems he does know what he's doing. Anyway, I'm gonna try it one more time here. You see, and you get the short blinks, and then there you go. You see, now that booted, bam. Okay, and that was after just about 20 seconds of standby time there. So that's not too terrible. We're going to try the finished product in a little bit. Like I said, though, I was having problems with the H-chip mounted here. So, like I said, I moved it, and I put it in a spot right here. Now this is the standard position for it. Okay, and I just followed the wiring diagram. Didn't do anything really special to it, but it looks like it works pretty good. So, you know, we'll get back to this in our next segment. Thanks for watching. Okay, guys, here's what we did. We got our CPU key from Zell, and then what we did was we clicked Glitch 2, we clicked CR4 Pro, and then what we did was we created the XE build image. Once we did that, we wrote the NAND. As you can see, it's done. Did it in 3 minutes and 43 seconds. And we have NAND info or KV info, bad blocks, no bad blocks. Everything was good. Had no problems, thank God. And now what we're going to do is we're going to see how she boots. So, here we go. Give it a shot, see what the heck happens. Alright, starting off with 3 little blinks. That's good, they're short. Ah, there we go. Yep. Boom. She booted. Yeah, look at that. And there she is. Needless to say, a little playing and a lot of help. And Sig told me a couple things too that really helped me also. Thank you, Siegfried. Appreciate it, bro. Anyway, needless to say though, we got it running. There it is. She runs pretty good. She boots up pretty quick for a Jasper, for an RGH2 Jasper. For it to boot that quick, that's pretty good. And that's without the crazy Ivan speed up files. That's just with the CR4 checked, because you know I wanted to do this tutorial, and I wanted to get it done as quickly as I could for you guys, so you know what you're dealing with the Ace chip. I'm going to continue to play with the timing files, you know, your length, your pulses, and everything. That all comes into play. If you do one of these, be patient with it, okay? Sometimes you'll get them right out of the gate, and then sometimes you won't. And there is a lot of timing files. You have the mega pack, you have the super pack, you have the special pack, you have the release file. There is so many timing files, but you will find one that will suit your needs. You just have to take your time. And I know that it can be trying, and you know, patience can run short kind of quickly, you know. I mean, because after you put in like 20 timing files, you're like going like, what the hell? Okay, but once you get it though, the finished product is really good. What we're going to do is we're going to shut this down here now. And like I said, normally with these, I'll give it 20 seconds for it to, when it completely shuts down, I'll give it about 20 seconds before I reboot it. Because, you know, I mean, if you don't do that, it messes up the standby clock, and the thing tries to sit there and glitch, and then it takes like, you know, sometimes up to 7 glitches for it to boot. Normally, what's acceptable is if you shut it down, you wait about 20 seconds or so, and you start it back up, you know. But from a cold boot, it'll boot within 10 seconds. It should boot without a problem. You know, and I see a whole bunch of people messaging me right now, so I don't know what the hell is going on. Because everybody and brothers, help! I'm one man in a little shop, okay? Remember that. All right, we're going to give this a shot one more time. Here we go. All right, here we go. Okay, and we got our little blinks. Let's see how she goes this time. There we go. And she booted. Not too bad. I'm still going to have to mess with the timing files a little bit, but you get the idea, okay? Like I said, I use the standard cable as short as possible, And what I did was I went ahead. Let me shut this down before I catch my fingers in this fan, which will be a bad thing. Yeah, I already got my finger. There we go. Whee! Yeah, you little bastard. Anyway, what we did was there's a pulse cable right there. We weaved it through the capacitors. Okay, right to the D-pad. No resistor, no nothing. And then of course we got our C. And then we got our E and F. And we have our 5-volt power. And then we have our ground. And then we have our 1.8 volts going to our resistor pad there, so we can program the chip. Anyway, needless to say, there you go, guys. Just wanted to give you a little information, and show you that you do Jasper with these. In fact, this chip will do every single one of them out there, except for a Winchester. And believe it or not, I have one apart right now, and I've been working on it. Anyway, guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Appreciate it. And you all take good care of yourself. And also, I want to thank you all for your condolences and everything for my girlfriend's son. We laid him to rest today. So it's been kind of a trying day. Anyway, you all take good care and have a good one. Take care, guys.